Welcome to another Minnesota Travel Guy Speaks. I'm going to try to keep it quicker tonight. I've been going too long. They shouldn't be 20 minutes long. I'm going to try to make 10 minutes tonight. So, what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about three things. We're cutting it down. I'm going to talk about three things. What's up with Minnesota Travel Guy? Actually, we're having kind of a break in the weather. It's 30 to 40 degrees, which I know a lot of you folks would think is cold, but it should be a lot colder than that here right now. So we're counting our blessings. Heating bill is a little bit less, and it's, you know, you don't have to bundle up quite so hard to go outside. I went outside this evening and in a light jacket and stacked wood that I'd cut down some trees on my land. Gosh, a couple weeks ago, but I finally got out there because we had some snow that covered it all up. The snow is gone now, and I went out and stacked that wood. So we got a clear path to the lake so that we can walk out there and go ice skating or sledding or whatever we need to do here this winter as the lake freezes over. And there is a small there's a small coating of ice over the lakes now. There's idiots out there already ice fishing. I can't even imagine getting out there yet. That ice is just too thin. But I regress. We're gonna keep it quicker. What else? I got called from my son, my oldest son, who's going through a rough time, and I offered to take him to one of our inspirational seminars in Denver, and he is going to meet me there on December 10th. So it'll be a great father-son bonding time. I can't wait for that, and I can't wait to see the change in him. I just know that it's going to be really good for him, and looking forward to that. What else? You know what? That's about it. That's new and what's up with Minnesota Travel Guy. Let's go right into Bitcoin. Bitcoin 101 Volume 5, I think it is. This is, believe it or not, this is Minnesota Travel Guy Speaks number 13. 13 weeks we've been talking now. That's unbelievable, huh? So what are the different, you hear the two terms all the time. Bitcoin is a type of currency that is a cryptocurrency. There are many different types of currency within the crypto net. Like right now, I own Bitcoin and I own Shiba Inu. I don't know how many other kinds, but I would guess virtually 100 other kinds that you can buy. And then there's another term called blockchain. Blockchain is the method they use to keep track of the Bitcoin. It's simultaneous. You know those ledgers I talked about? Blockchain is what updates all those ledgers across the entire network, across the entire globe, instantaneously every time somebody makes a transaction with Bitcoin. If I send you one Bitcoin, that blockchain is automatically updated on all the ledgers all over the world. And you should be really happy because I just sent you like $57,000 if I send you one Bitcoin. So I won't be sending you. I can't afford one Bitcoin. I have my free $5 in Bitcoin from CoinSense. Remember, down below there'll be a link for CoinSense. You should start a wallet. It was just a fun little thing that we did. We spent $10 in Shiba Inu, which is a type of currency, and I think we got 239,000 coins because it's less than a penny right now. Which Bitcoin at one point in time was less than a penny. And it was just kind of fun to watch. My $10 in Bitcoin is already up to $15, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so the blockchain is what keeps track of everything. Bitcoin is a type of currency within the cryptocurrency. There's Shiba Inu, I can't pronounce most of them, but there's lots of different types of currency that are cryptocurrency. Blockchain is what keeps track of it all. All right, how to use Bitcoin? Well, in 2013, a Bitcoin enthusiast named Laszlo Hyanex created a message offering 10,000 Bitcoin. Can you imagine? He offered 10,000 Bitcoin, which was worth at the time $25 to anyone who would deliver 2 pizzas to his house in Jacksonville, Florida. 10,000 Bitcoin. Can you imagine if you were the person that delivered those pizzas and you held on to those 10,000 Bitcoin? One Bitcoin is worth $57,000 today. He offered 10,000 Bitcoin. Do the math. What is that? $57 billion you'd be worth for those 2 pieces delivered? Pretty amazing stuff. Pretty amazing stuff. But anyway, you can use Bitcoin for anything now. I mean, there are Bitcoin ATMs where you can stick your Bitcoin debit card in there and withdraw actual dollars, cash from your Bitcoin and spend the Bitcoin. You can buy pizzas. Transactions are really not that much different than using a debit card. In fact, they have a Bitcoin debit card that you can use. The difference is, if I'm gonna transfer Bitcoin to you, you're gonna have a Bitcoin wallet ID. You're gonna give me that Bitcoin wallet ID. I'm gonna say, here is 1 Bitcoin, or here's 1/10 of a Bitcoin, or here's 100th of a Bitcoin, and I'm gonna send that to you. The difference is there's no bank in between the two of us. There's no governments in between the two of us. So if you want to sell me a boat, the only 2 people that are ever going to know what that boat cost me is you and me. There is no government involved. There is no nothing involved. So that is why governments and banks don't really necessarily love Bitcoin. They like to be in the middle. They like to collect their taxes. They like to collect their fees. So, and that is on the other flip side of that coin, is why Bitcoin's becoming very popular. It's private, it's government free and fee free, bank free. Nobody knows your business. So, in today's society where everything's private, it's pretty happy. One of the benefits of paying, and I am reading off some notes that I wrote. One of the benefits of paying with Bitcoin is doing so limits the amount of personal information you need to provide. I don't need to tell you my name and phone number and address to send you Bitcoin. All I need is your Bitcoin wallet ID, and I send you Bitcoin. It's very private. It's flexible. You can use it for cash using an exchange or a Bitcoin ATM. You can spend it online at a brick and mortar retail stores. There are brick and mortar retail stores that accept Bitcoin now. You can hold on to some as part of an investment. You can give it to charities. Charities are very accepting of Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies. And if you have a serious big budget for Bitcoin, Virgin Atlantic's Galactic, the space ride where you can ride to space, is accepting Bitcoin. So you can pay for your ride to space with Bitcoin on Richard Branson's spaceship. So that's good to know. If you need a ride to space, you can do that. Due to the cryptographic nature of Bitcoin, it's just naturally safer than cash or debit cards or banking. Bitcoin is global. If I need to send somebody in in Mongolia some money for something, who knows what, he's sending me some Mongolian porcelain, and I need to pay him. I can pay him in Bitcoin. All I need is his wallet address, and he gets it instantaneously. There's no banks involved. There's no transfer fees. There's no nothing. Those are the advantages of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is irreversible, which some people will not like, because there's a whole lot of people out there that buy something on their credit card, and then 2 weeks later, after they've read the entire book or done the entire series, they say, well, no, I need to take this back because I didn't like it. Well, most credit card companies will accept that and reverse the charges and give them their money back. Bitcoin's irreversible. If you buy my stuff from me and you give me Bitcoin, I'm not going to give you the Bitcoin back. There's no bank in between us that's going to say you have to. So I believe that's a good thing. Some people will not like that because they like to be able to change their mind and they like to scam the system. I worked in restaurants my entire life, and people scam restaurants continuously. Go in, get all their food, eat all their food, and then call an hour later and say my food is crap, and then they get all their money back. It is a game that's played by millions of people to the restaurant industry. And that is why, in case you've ever wondered why you have to pay 33% interest on your credit cards, is because they have to pay for all that shit. All that reversing and all that stuff. They have to pay for all that. That's why you pay so much interest on credit cards. One of the reasons, anyway. Bitcoin is secure. Bitcoin is open. It's a very open network. If I send it to you, then the entire network knows that I sent you a coin. Bitcoin is safe. In more than 10 years of existence on the planet, the Bitcoin network has never successfully been hacked. And because the system is permissionless and open source, countless computer scientists and cryptographers have been able to examine all aspects of the network and its security, and they just say it's foolproof. Bitcoin is mined by huge computers in the Ethernet, and they're constantly being updated, and the blockchain is being updated continuously by these huge computers, which says exactly who's got Bitcoin, what are the balances, what's the balance of everybody's wallet. It's constantly being updated by these very same computers that are mining it. That is all I'm going to cover about Bitcoin today. So, moving on. A little bit about my life. We are at 10:57. I'm doing much better. I'm not going to make 10 minutes, but a little bit about myself. We left off with, we were in Florida, and my boss called me and said, hey, do you still want to go to Fargo, North Dakota to be, if it was a promotion? And I said, yep. So we were off to North Dakota. We moved to Fargo, North Dakota, to a townhome first. And I was the area manager for North Dakota and South Dakota and one in Minnesota of Noodles and Company's restaurants. When I got there, the chain was bleeding money. My boss and I took over the chain. It was just bleeding money. They were just giving money away left and right, and, you know, supporting all of the charities. And not that that's not a good thing. I like supporting charities, but it was too much. They were giving the store away. I think 2 years later, we became Franchise of the Year for Noodles and Company nationwide, due to mine and my boss's leadership. And we really cranked out some profit for 3 or 4 years, and then of course COVID hit, and COVID was horrible for restaurants. I know you hear it on the news. You're talking to somebody who lived it. There wasn't a day that went by that I wasn't talking some manager basically off of a ledge, metaphorical ledge, of quitting their job because they were sick of being exposed to the public, sick of the employees not calling in or not showing up, and they were running these restaurants by themselves. They were sick of customers, and customers don't give a shit. I mean, I'm talking about a lot of you. You don't realize how hard it is to run a restaurant half-staffed, and you walk in and go, well, why can't I have my food on time? Well, it's because it just can't happen. And there's physically not enough people coming off of the unemployment rolls in America to work the restaurants. And I know there's all these, people that say, well, that's just because they worked for shit for so long. That might be true. That might be true, but that's not the case anymore. They're offering damn good money for very unskilled laborers. And people still won't work because they're getting money elsewhere. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I try not to become political, but it does hurt the restaurant industry a lot. So let's see. We bought our dream house in Moorhead, Minnesota, and moved into that. It was a beautiful one-level home that we loved. It was immaculate. It was beautiful, custom made just for us. And within, I think, 5 years, we decided, you know what? We're selling it and we're moving to the lake. So because we bought a lot at Lake McDonald in Dent, Minnesota, which is where I am sitting right now. And it was just going to be for a trailer or a seasonal place, a cabin where we could go in the summertime on the weekends. And you know what? I'm going to cut it off right there. And I'll tell that story next time. I am going to try to make it 15 minutes here rather than 25. So thank you very much for tuning in to Minnesota Travel Guy Speaks 13. Wow. Please like and subscribe this video. Last I looked, I am just over the hump of 800 subscribers. Remember, my goal back in August is 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. Could be close. It could be close. I'm gaining roughly 75 a week, so it's going to be really close. I really need you to subscribe for me. Please subscribe. I'm determined to hit 1,000 subscribers by Christmas, so please help it. And by you liking and sharing this and telling your friends to subscribe, it sure would help me out a lot. Thanks a lot, folks, and until next time, be grateful in everything that you do.